Hi guys, it's Claire. Today we are going to be discussing my absolute favorite book of all time, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Now, I have talked a lot about this book on this channel because, like I said, it's my absolute favorite book. I've read it at least 4 times. I would have read it way more, but I restrict myself to only once a year because otherwise all I would read is this book. I actually have this weird tradition now where I read it every single winter. So around like springtime, summer, every year I get this craving to read Fangirl again, but I always have to be like, no.
You have to read other books. You have to read other books if you want to continue being a reader and doing booktube.
So I make sure I only read it once a year. I realized I never really did a book review on Fangirl, and I thought it might be interesting to try to do a spoiler-free review for those of you who haven't read this book. Fangirl follows Kath, who is in her freshman year of university. She is an English major and a fanfiction writer. Kath writes fanfiction for the Simon Snow fandom, which is basically based off of Harry Potter. Maybe not based off of, but it gives you all the Harry Potter vibes. The first time I read this book, I was in grade 9 and I have not yet read Harry Potter, and I still enjoyed it immensely. The second time I read it, I had read Harry Potter and I found myself loving it even more. If you haven't read Harry Potter though, don't worry, that's not going to affect your experience, but you should still read Harry Potter. This book just deals with so many different important aspects of life. You follow Kath's journey through her first year of university. A lot of it is about adjusting to this new lifestyle. There's a lot of relationship stuff in this book. And even though there is a romantic plotline, that is not the main focus of the story. It's a great plotline. I love it so much. But that's not what the book is about. It's about Kath and her journey, and there's a lot of family relationships in this book. Kath and her twin sister Ren were raised by their father. Their mother left when they were just little kids. I absolutely love Kath's dad. He's super eccentric and just a wonderful man, but he does have a lot going on, and that's a big concern for Kath in this book. And Ren is the cool one. Ren has quite the journey herself, but her and Kath end up taking different paths. So Kath really has to deal with that sort of loss of her twin sister for a while. We have Kath's roommate Regan, who is probably one of my absolute favorite characters ever. She is just so bold and doesn't care what people think at all, and quite frankly, their dialogue is some of my favorite stuff ever in any book. The writing is just so easy to read. You don't realize you've read 100 pages until you look at the page number and you go, oh wow, I've read 100 pages. The dialogue is just incredible. It's so easy to read, and I think I laugh out loud every other page. And I'm not the type of person who really laughs out loud while I'm reading, but this book gets me every time. There are a lot of pop culture references that just really make the book and the characters feel so real. Another part of Kath's journey is dealing with her anxiety, and once again a lot of this has to do with her relationships and coping with being in new circumstances. The way Kath deals with things is just so realistic, and her self-talk is just so real. There are so many times where I'm reading this book and I feel like, wow, Kath is me. I'm reading about myself right now. You also have Levi, who's Regan's best friend. Very good-natured, one of my other favorite characters of all time. Writing for Kath is such a huge part of her life, and there are times where she has to choose between school and writing, and once again, just her decision-making processes and the choices she makes, they feel genuine to the character and to the story. There's nothing about this book that feels like it was used to push the plot along. All of it is just so real. So that was a quick review of Fangirl. I've never actually done a spoiler-free review before, so I don't know if that's what that really was supposed to be. That was kind of just a summary, but basically I love this book. It makes me laugh so much, but it also really makes you think, and it hurts sometimes, but then you start laughing again, and then you're crying again, and then you're laughing again, and I just love it so much. Honestly, kind of want to be an English major just so I can be like Kath. Like, I'm planning on going into musical theater, but this makes me want to do the writing. It does. Thank you for watching. If you've read Fangirl and have any thoughts of your own on the book, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear all about them. I will see you guys next time. Bye!